So I know I may have built up a reputation of only covering anime, manga, or video games. But hear me out here, because this is, in my opinion, one of the most anime live-action series you can find. At least where we're at now. This is something I've had cooking for a little while, and I hope you'll humor me as we begin this journey into Fast and Furious. Hi my friends, I'm Mike and welcome to the Lions Lounge, and the start of a series of videos where I'll be covering every Fast and Furious film up into the most recent entry, F9. And for each of these, I'll be making a cocktail to sum up the film. And what better way to kick things off than with the movie that started it all, 2001's The Fast and the Furious. Now, there's no kidding around that there will be spoilers here. This is a 20-year-old movie that started a franchise. There's no way I can talk about the other entries without spoiling this one. So if for some reason you haven't seen these masterpieces of cinema, like, why? What are you doing? Don't sit there watching me, go watch them. Now, go! I'll say though, that it's pretty wild going back and watching the first movie from where we're at now. It's like reading the first arc of Dragon Ball after finishing the Cell Saga. It seems so quaint by comparison, but also a lot more, I don't know, rowy? I'm getting ahead of myself. The Fast and the Furious begins with three Hondas jacking a truck for its stash of DVD players. This is 2001 when DVD players were still a thing. Cut to our main protagonist, Brian, who's been visiting a local store frequently to meet a girl there. This girl being Mia, sister of the notorious street racer, Dominic Toretto. After getting into a scuffle with Vince, a hot-headed member of Dom's crew, Brian later enters a street race, putting his car on the line in the hopes of beating Dom and earning his respect. Brian, though, is still green to street racing, and narrowly loses to the big man himself. Immediately after, the cops get wind of the illegal race, and Dom is nearly captured fleeing the scene. That is until he's rescued by Brian, his car being destroyed in the process by Johnny Tran, a competitor with a grudge against Dom. But this act of kindness is what finally allows Brian to grow closer to Dom, Mia, and his crew, which it turns out is all part of the plan. See, Brian's actually an undercover cop investigating the spree of truck jackings, and he believes Dom is either involved or is working with someone who is. However, this doesn't stop him becoming attached and giving Dom the benefit of the doubt. Brian starts racing for Dom to earn money for the destroyed car, and so he can hope to find a different suspect. But all his efforts prove to be in vain. Jesse, one of Dom's crewmates, loses a race with his car up for grabs against Johnny Tran, and flees in panic afterwards. With one member short and a dire need for cash, Dom and the crew leave to rob a truck, Brian following from behind. Things quickly go south as the truckers have armed themselves for protection, and Vince is injured during the heist. Brian arriving just in time to save him, and being forced to reveal himself as a cop when he calls for emergency aid. Brian returns to Dom's as he's now forced to arrest him, but Dom refuses to give in as he intends to save Jesse, who quickly arrives, only to be mowed down by Johnny Tran. Brian gives chase, and fueled by rage, Dom hops into his father's Dodge Charger, a car so powerful, Dom has feared ever driving it, and goes after Johnny Tran for revenge. In the pursuit, Tran is killed, and Brian catches up to Dom, who offers a quarter-mile race just past a speeding train as a way to settle their dispute. The two just barely make it over, the race ending in a draw, only for Dom to crash into an oncoming truck. With the cops rushing to the scene, Brian offers his 10-second car for Dom to escape, who accepts and drives off. A post-credit scene revealing he's in Mexico. So all in all, a pretty decent movie with a lot of early 2000s edge. But the formula would eventually be refined in later iterations. Compared to other entries, it's probably one of my least favorites, but I wouldn't call it bad. But now that we've talked about the Fast and the Furious, we have to make a cocktail for it. And if you're a fan of the series, you know it has to have Corona involved. This one's a sort of sour variation that contains lemon juice, lime juice, a Reposado Tequila, and of course, Corona. And the name of this drink is the 10-second sour. So this is gonna be a shake and drink, so take a cocktail shaker and add 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 milliliters of lemon juice. Next, 1/2 ounce or 15 milliliters of lime juice. then a 1/4 ounce or 7.5 milliliters of simple syrup. And lastly, 2 ounces or 60 milliliters of a Reposado Tequila. Add some ice and shake for 10 seconds. Then take a chilled highball glass and strain into the glass. And lastly, you're gonna top this up with some Corona. And for garnish, I'm gonna use a lime wedge. And there you have the 10-second sour. Cheers. Ooh, I like that a lot. I can't remember the last time I had a Corona, but this works really well. Lime already pairs great with Corona, and then you add some tartness from the lemon juice, and then those agave notes from the Reposado Tequila, and just a bit more sweetness with the simple syrup. It's surprisingly very balanced, and the Corona still shines through, but you do get all the individual notes, which makes it very pleasant. This is super easy to drink. I'm gonna have no problem finishing this. It's cold, which is perfect on a hot summer day. It's inviting. It's really good. I can't stop drinking this. I'm really happy how this worked out. Doing some research, the most popular Corona cocktail is the Corona Rita. It's basically just a margarita where they dunk a Corona into it, which, yeah, I guess, but I just felt that was kind of way too easy and overdone. I wanted to do something a lot more different. And if you're someone who likes those drinks, but maybe wanted to try something else, this is a good alternative. Especially if you're a huge fan of Corona and sours, it's a perfect marriage. So this time we talked about the Fast and the Furious, the first in a series of videos I'll be making over the coming months. And as I said at the beginning, for each video, I'll make a corresponding cocktail for it. This isn't something I'm gonna be doing every week. I'm gonna space it out over time, but if you enjoyed this, look forward to the other ones. And if you have any other cocktails you'd like me to make from your favorite series, let me know in the comments below. If you want to see what I make outside this channel, follow me on Twitter at Mr. Spacelion or Instagram at Mr.Spacelion. But friends, thank you so much for stopping by the Lions Lounge. I've been your bartender, Mike, and I hope to see you next time.